how are you? It's so good to see you. It's been a while, huh? Yeah, it has. So why are you here today? You're here for an eclipse treatment? Good. It's been a rough one. Yeah. This has been a tough eclipse season because we've had 3 eclipses instead of 2 like usual. Yes, we had a solar eclipse about a month ago, and then the lunar eclipse, which was really rough on me. This whole eclipse season's been really rough on me because it's in my signs, so it's in my ascendant sign, so I've gone through some amazing times. So I'm glad you're here. A lot of people don't recognize how tough of a time this can be. They don't take as good care of themselves as they should, so I'm glad you recognize that. So we're going to do a facial today that will uncover your true self, because that's what the eclipse does. It usually lets go of something in our lives and then uncovers what needed to be seen. So that's what we're going to do with this facial. Is I'm going to start off by just cleansing your face, and we'll do a little bit of face massage, and then I'm going to use an exfoliator. All our exfoliators are made from charcoal, or it's actually like volcanic rock. So this one is the exfoliator, so it's the purifying detox facial scrub, and they're black, so they're very appropriate for the eclipse. And then this is the mask that we're going to use, and it removes impurities. That's what we're removing for this eclipse, and it deeply cleanses, and then it'll allow your true self to really come through. So we have a few other products that we're going to use as well, and we're going to do a lot of massage in there. We got to really kind of slough off the old self to make room for the new. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just clip your hair back. I have a very cute clip from Bali, so I'm just going to take your hair and just use this little clip. Did I get it all? Good. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get any product in your hair. And I have some water here. And we're going to just take a damp towel. I'm just going to start off by just wiping your face with the damp towel. Good. Does that feel nice? Good. So how's the eclipse season been for you? Yeah, I bet. I know. I found myself just sobbing at a comedy on the night of the lunar eclipse. I'd just been having a really difficult eclipse season. Became very clear to me at the beginning of this eclipse season, and I had not been following the astrology as well as I needed to. I knew about this solar eclipse, but I didn't really know about the solar eclipse that happened a month ago. Okay, so now I'm going to use just some makeup remover. It's just a nice way to start, and it's really gentle on the eyes. So use a little bit of that. Okay. Just close your eyes for me. Just starting with the eyes. Get off any eye makeup. So I started having a really hard time and just realizing that there was something in my life that I'd been tolerating and that I just could no longer tolerate it. and I was just done. I was depressed, and I was just miserable. And so I realized I had to make a change right away. I'd been knowing I needed to change it, and I've been kind of working towards it, but I hadn't been at a place yet where I had really totally broken free of it. So, and it became abundantly clear that that needed to happen sooner rather than later at this point. So that was a very difficult revelation because it wasn't something I was able to give up immediately. So then by the second eclipse, I had gotten to the point where I knew I was going to be able to let that go. And so I had a plan in place, and only had to wait till the second solar eclipse, actually. So for today, I'm able to totally end what I was doing that I no longer need to have in my life. So, but I knew as of the lunar eclipse that I was going to be able to do that. And so I think I actually purposely watched a movie. I don't watch a lot of movies, but I knew I needed a release. And sometimes I am not great at tapping into my own feelings of overwhelm and of depression, because I don't like to go there. I don't like to be crying and sobbing. And so one of the ways that I find I can sometimes do that is to watch a movie and get into the emotions of the movie, and they're usually completely out of proportion to the movie itself, and I know that that's coming from me. I mean, this was a comedy, and I was just hysterically crying throughout almost all of the movie, and I knew that was just, it was relief. It was relief that I was going to be able to let go of this thing that had been causing me so much pain. All right, so now, just to finish the cleansing, I'm going to use some of this cleansing oil, and I'm going to do a nice facial massage with this oil. Just it's a brand new bottle, so all right. And I love cleansing oils. I started to even use them in my massage that is not a facial, because so many people don't really want oil on their face, and so when you tell them it's a cleansing oil and then you give them a hot wet towel at the end of the massage, they can just wipe that off and it's like they've had a really nice deep cleaning. So that's really a nice way to do a facial massage. Yes, and this one's by Julep. I really like this one. It's got a very, very light citrusy smell. And it's very light. It does not seem to irritate anyone that I have worked with. So, yeah, so this eclipse is a really nice culmination for me, but it's been very emotional. It's not just like a celebration kind of culmination. It's a, oh, I made it through. I needed that release in the lunar eclipse because I was afraid that I wasn't actually going to acknowledge what a big shift this was for me, because I was not able to end it right then. I wasn't able to end it until today, and so I was afraid. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit more water. I was afraid that I would just move from the letting go into the new thing that I was starting and not really make it an acknowledgement of what a big step this was. So this has been a long time coming. So have you had anything similar? Obviously, it's not going to be like that for everyone. I think part of this is because the eclipse is in my ascendant sign. And, you know, I've been through many eclipses, and few have been this monumental. The one that was in my sun sign was pretty big, too. Because I believe it was I'm not going to announce which birthday, but a big birthday. That starts with so that birthday was right in the middle of eclipse season, and it was a big one for me, and I made sure it was a big one. I actually went to a Buddhist monastery and stayed for the eclipse, actually, and it was nice because it was a good acknowledgement of what was going on for me at that time. And then, so, have you had anything kind of going on with you? Oh, yeah. It's easier when you know it's eclipse season. Like, that was part of why this one was so hard for me, is because I forgot that there was a solar eclipse early. And so, I couldn't understand why I was all of a sudden so miserable. Yeah. So you had the same kind of thing, but you knew, right? Yeah. I mean, if you had booked this, you wouldn't have been able to get this appointment today if you hadn't booked almost a month ago. So you must have known about this eclipse season. Yeah. Okay, good. That is looking good. All right, so now we're going to move on to the exfoliator. I love this exfoliator. So you can see it's black. It's kind of a gray. It has very light granules. Okay, I'm going to put this on your forehead. It has very light granules down on the sides of your temples. Not going to go below your eyebrows. Okay, and then let me get a little bit more. Yeah, I actually, when I go and get professional facials, I have often had the estheticians ask me what product I use, because my face apparently is in pretty good shape. My skin. I'm also just lucky. My mother has beautiful skin, and I inherited that from her, which is good because my father does not have good skin. He had bad acne as a kid. All right, so I'm going to go down your nose and on either side of your nose. Now, I'm not going to go too hard. I know sometimes it seems like you should really dig with this exfoliator, but it's actually not true. It's better for your skin. I mean, you can actually really damage your skin even with these exfoliators that feel rather light. So, okay. Now let's wipe that off. So what else have you been going through this eclipse season? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, it's been busy. I think this summer's been busy for most people I know. Summer's usually a busy time, but yeah, I find it's when I get most things done, which is really funny because my son is home from school, and so it's often more difficult to get things done, but it may just be something about the summer where, like, I'm energized to do things. So I really get out the sides of your nose. Good. Does this feel good? All right, get a little bit more water. We want to make sure to get all this exfoliator off. So what transformation are you going through? Sometimes we need to say some really tough things to people at the eclipse. I know. that's one nice thing I find about the eclipse is sometimes it brings things to a head. That's what it did for me. It brings it to a head to a point where like you can't not say anything, even if it might hurt somebody's feelings. I've had to break off relationships with people, and you know, that's really, really hard to do. It makes me feel really bad, but sometimes I find through the eclipse it becomes so bad that I almost have no choice, and so it makes it not easier to make that decision, but it makes it clear that I have to make that decision, even if it's going to hurt someone. So let's get a little bit more water. Let's just get everything else off of your skin. Yeah, so yeah, I find the eclipse really brings to light like who I need to be going forward. And I mean, it's usually not there yet when the eclipse starts. Like it's just the beginning of it. And kind of the next 6 months till the next eclipse, it'll be kind of a work in progress. But I find it's like, oh, I don't want to work at this job anymore, or oh, this friendship is really making me miserable, or oh, I really need a technology detox, or I really need to change this pattern with my mother, or like something becomes so clear that it's no longer agonizing. It's just like, this has to change, and it has to change now. And so in some ways that's better. I mean, that's really where I was. I was like, oh, I want this to change, I want this to change, I want this to change. But I was like, oh, but I can stick it out until it's the right time. And then at this eclipse, it was like, nope, this has to change now, or I'm gonna like get sick, or my mental health is going to really deteriorate. Like this, I'm done. I'm just done with this. So it made the decision much easier because it just had to end. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna do the mask. This is a nice sounding bottle. All right. So I want you to see what this mask looks like, and I'm gonna get a lot more, but so this is another like gray. It's actually darker than you can see. It's really dark, and it's a clay. Get some more. Okay. And we'll get more. Put that on your forehead, on your temples. We're not going to go on your eyes. We're going to keep the circles around your eyes. On your cheeks. I'm not going to put as much on your cheeks because most people don't need a ton on their cheeks, and the cheeks tend to dry slower. This is not a peel off. I'm going to put a lot on your nose though, because we tend to be oily on our nose, and I've noticed that you are since I've worked with you before. We're going to go around your mouth. Okay. That looks good. I hope you don't mind that I use my hands instead of a brush. With this one, it's also a bit exfoliating, so sometimes it's nice for me to use my fingers and kind of rub it in, because it will also kind of help clear that off. So you really will notice a difference, especially because it's not just the products, it's the because it's the eclipse. So your face is really going to let go. Alright, so I'm going to use some of this oil, and I'm going to give you a little hand massage while we wait for the mask to set. that is a big pet peeve of mine, is estheticians, I'm going to go up your arm too, that leave the room to let your mask set or let your face steam rather than give you a massage while that sets. I want my treatment for the whole hour. I don't want somebody leaving me. So that's my thing. It's a very quick setting mask, yeah. Yeah, I've had it for a long time actually. I just keep replacing it when it runs out. I'm going to get a little bit more oil. Do your other hand. So what else has been going on with you? I'm really glad you came in today. I know, I can assume I will always see you around the eclipse, but alright, let me check on the mask. Okay, that's looking really good. Alright, I think it is ready to come off. Yeah, no, it's really, really fast. I kind of like the eclipse. It comes, it goes. Although, did you know this lunar eclipse? This was amazing lunar eclipse. So it was the longest lunar eclipse that we're going to have this century, I think. And it was blood moon. It was a supermoon, I think. I think it was very close. And it was, I wish we could have seen it. I think my husband, who was in Asia, I think he may have seen it, but he may have been on a plane too, because he was on his way home. Alright. That's coming off nicely. Wow, you look a lot different. You look beautiful. I mean, you always look beautiful. But like this is a new side of you. I know. I love when we align these treatments so that they can play on the energies. They're much more powerful. Okay, and get your chin. Now I'm going to use the cleansing oil again, just to make sure we got all of that off. Okay. And swipe that off. And then we're going to do a moisturizing lotion. It's actually, what we're going to use is Julep's leave-on mask. Actually a sleep mask, but I find it is the best hydrating lotion for a facial, because you know, facials are wonderful, but they really are a lot of treatment very fast. Okay, I just want to make sure we got every single bit of that mask off. So you really need a hydrating lotion, deep hydrating lotion afterwards. All right, okay. So I'm gonna get the hydrating lotion, and I'm just gonna massage that So, because it is actually a mask, you can wash it off if you would like tonight, or even I would leave it on at least the rest of the day. Or you can leave it on overnight and just wash it off in the shower tomorrow. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like a mask. It just feels like a really thick lotion, but I love it. I like it. When I use it at night, I just wake up and I'm a new person. And we do sell some. It's hard to find because it's julep, but we have something worked out with them so that we can sell those directly to clients. So if you're interested, I give it to everybody. Yeah. I get a julep box personally, and each month you can either keep it or gift it to someone, and I gift them a lot because I don't always need new products, and so I will gift it and they'll send it, and the shipping is free and everything. And I'm gonna get your ears a little bit too, because I know that feels good. Your ears could use some TLC. Oh my gosh, they look beautiful. You're not gonna believe it. Here, look at the mirror. It's right behind you. I know. I know. You're almost unrecognizable. It's your true self. Like, your true self changes regularly. We're not static. And so, you know, you had a true self that needed to come through. Okay, let me take off the hair clip. Okay, yeah, your hair looks perfect. Are you happy? Are you happy? Oh, I'm so glad you came in. It's one of the most remarkable transformations I have seen. I know. No, and it's not like you needed work, you just look so different. I know. Well, I'm so glad you came in. Do you mind if I give you a kiss on the cheek? It's really good to see you. You should give me a call, even if you don't want to come in for a treatment. We should have coffee sometime. Yeah, especially if it's this long, if I'm not going to see you for 6 months till the next eclipse. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful eclipse. I mean, look at what you've already done. It's amazing. So, all right, I wish you the best. Please do keep me updated. I'll be very interested to see what happens between now and the next eclipse for you. All right. Thank you so much.